Hey guys, Sure1 here, and today we're working on Bear Battlegrounds again. Oh man, I have done a lot of work off camera. A lot of work. Ooh. In a lot of different categories too. Gone out of my comfort zone a little bit even. Okay, without further ado, let's get into today's episode. So, there are a few minor things that I want to talk about. Not too long, actually. I want to kind of get through these as fast as possible over here to do with the command blocks, and then we are going to do something a little bit different. But we'll get to that in a second. So, first of all of this kind of looks like a tube, if you ask me, up until here, up until right this block. It's all full entirely with command blocks. All the command blocks that we had up until now. Of all the 6 first weapons, the right-click detection, and any little, added game features that I have, like the ender pearls, the supply crates, the jump, fall damage resistance, whatever you want to call it. Also added a little thing here that enables me to very easily stop this clock by setting a redstone block right here. And a little button for it here. I changed, if you guys remember before, we had these sorts of structures here with the comparators. Basically, if we have a test for and we want to run a command, if the test for fails, then this is what we would do before. And I knew I was gonna switch it over to this. I just had this as a as a little temporary thing that I knew was slower and bigger than necessary. So anyway, this is how it works now. Instead of just a test for and then that with the comparator and torch, we have the test for in the bottom here, and then right after the test for runs, we have a test for block, 2 blocks beneath, Minecraft command block, data value 1, that means that it's powered, and success count is 0. So this is the inversion right here, and then we just take a comparator output, and if test for fails, run this, and then we can just slot in another command block right over here. So yeah, it's compact, faster, more effective because it takes half as long. This takes 4 game ticks or 2 redstone ticks. This takes only 2 game ticks or 1 redstone tick. It's faster and better anyway. Both of these, by the way, are testing for a player within 5 blocks of this block right here. So if we try and take a look at this torch and the comparator, this should turn on long before this when I get away. Well, I say long before, I mean it's just like a 1/10 of a second earlier, but you know, it makes a difference when we're running a 20 Hz clock over here. Anyway, next section I have over here is to do with the team cores. I've started working on the team cores, and I figure I should, instead of explaining what each command block does, I should just show you guys instead the outcome. So this is what it looks like. I'm just summoning. I won't go over this command because it's quite long, in case you couldn't tell. Basically, invisible powered creeper riding a size 1 slime, riding another invisible powered creeper. They all have a custom name core. They all don't despawn. No AI and silent, and the 2 creepers are invulnerable. The slime is not. Now, size 1 slime is the medium-sized slime that spawns naturally. And those are slightly bigger than a single block in all 3 dimensions. So that means that we can punch this guy through blocks. And then we're also filling a column of 1x1x4 of stained glass, light blue stained glass. So we have this ambient sound effect sort of thing that gets weaker as you get farther away and vice versa. The creepers for the charged effect, this kind of electrical type thing. I like it. I like it. And check this out. Pretty cool. So it's an Ender Dragon hit sound and a particle effect that I think I'm actually gonna play a little bit more with. Just to speed this up though, I'm gonna use a diamond sword here and check this out. When I kill this thing, by the way, it has 20 hearts, so it takes 20 half heart hits, if that makes sense. Because just quickly explain, a slime usually has 4 hearts, or no, sorry, 2 hearts, 4 HP, and I have resistance 4 on him, so that blocks 80% of all damage. So 5 times 4, 20. Yeah. Anyway, so when this guy explodes, or when I kill this guy, it will set the fuse of both of the creepers to 0, which will make them explode. It'll get rid of the blocks, and pretty cool. So that's just a little thing I have over here. I figure one thing I might show you is this little thing here, which I kind of like. I have a little fake player called Ambient and a new dummy objective called Extra that I figure I'll just use for some extra minor things. And so I'm adding one to the fake player Ambient score of Extra every single game tick. Then I'm testing if Ambient has an extra score of at least 3. And since this takes 2 game ticks to run, then by the time this will actually output, the Ambient score will have been 5. So basically this outputs every 5 game ticks on a loop, sort of. And then we're setting the Ambient score of Extra back to 0. And we are also playing the Guardian attack sound, which is the Ambient sound effect. Yeah, we're also doing some stuff here. I won't get into it too much. This section of command blocks, which I also won't show, is to do with the Icicles. I really don't know where I want to take the Icicles quite yet. I've had a few ideas. This was one of them that I am going to scrap. I've hollowed it out so it's not running right now. And yeah, I don't know if I should show you guys. I don't think so. It's kind of silly. Basically, the idea is what this thing does is if you place an ice block, that's the activation, by the way. The icicle. Yeah, I'm not sure if I showed that. I'll fix that. Anyway, the Icicles gives you a packed ice. It's actually easier like this. That has display name Icicles, hide flag so you can't see the additional tags, and can place on grass. So you can only place it on grass in adventure mode. Of course, in creative mode, I can place it on whatever, but, So, where was I? So yeah, and I have an objective that is stat.useitem.minecraft.packedIce. And whenever I have a score 1 of that, then this thing, what it would do is basically, in all 4 of the cardinal directions, it would create 6 pillars, 2 blocks apart from each other, of ice, and deal damage to anyone within a block and a half of those pillars. It's kind of unnecessary, kind of silly. I just tried some stuff out. I don't know. Another thing I'm trying around here right now, actually, is this sort of thing. I'm not too sure where I want to take it yet, but that's more or less the idea. And yeah, I should probably mention this has a very high hurt entities value, so pretty much kills any entities that it comes in contact with. And yeah, I'm thinking of doing 1 for every cardinal direction. Maybe I'll just do I'm thinking of every time you use the weapon, it'll shoot 1 in each direction, so that's 4 total per use. But I'm thinking of narrowing it down to just 1 per use, because that's kind of overpowered, I guess, and it does kill any entities in its path. It's short range, but it kills any entities in its path. I don't know. I think 1 direction. Let's hold that thought. I think if I just use 1 thingy there, not going to say the word, it's going to be fine. Let me quickly fix this. Well, alright. Unfortunately, I haven't had a lot of time to record in the past day or so, and I had to abruptly cut my recording session in the previous time. However, that does mean I had a little bit more time to work on the map here, and we have a few changes. So first of all, before I turn around, I add a little feature that I knew I was going to add. Not really a feature as much as it is like just a little tweak. So if we take a look at any weapon here, you'll notice that it has, well, maybe grenade isn't the best example, but you might be able to tell here, all the weapons are now colored. Yeah, resurrection, that's nice coloring right there. Very nice, same coloring that I'm going to have over at the tutorial section. So let's get rid of all of those. Okay, let's turn around. Well, let's not make this anything dramatic. Okay. I've had a little bit of time to work on this. Now, bear in mind, this isn't actually too much work, because most of this is done with MC Edit. Some filters, some replace stuff. Anyway, let me explain. So, first of all, I decided, like I said before, actually I don't remember if I said it, but I decided to go a little bit out of my comfort zone, and I decided it's time to start working on the actual map. I might and may very well actually bring in some builders, or well, some people that are better builders than me anyway, to help me build a little bit more of the map here. But I've gotten a little bit of stuff started here. That may very well all change. But I don't know, I just sort of started building as I envisioned it. So I started laying out some circles you might have seen before. I changed this all into stone bricks, and that before it was all with this dark gray or just gray stained glass sort of laying out the stuff. And then I brought it up a few layers with MC Edit, and I have sort of a central circle, and you can tell obviously that these are all circles. I was gonna do it first. I was gonna do half circles, but then I decided, this just looks kind of weird. So I decided to complete them into full circles. This is where the original extent of the map goes, right here. And you might be able to notice I've cut out some wedges over here on both sides. It's symmetrical right now. I'm not sure if that's gonna stay that way or not. I don't know. But I've done a little bit of stone brick and mixed in some rubble and that over here. I have these two flags that I have some of these prepared over here. So identical ones for red and blue. You can take a look at the specifications if you'd like to know how it works. Won't get too much into detail on the flags, or banners I should say, but I kind of like them. We have this sort of highlighted creeper, angry creeper sort of thing. And we have the sort of generic cross flag that is going all across. I don't know if this is too much of the blue flag. I feel like it's actually pretty good because I don't know, we should have a lot of blue emphasis on this castle. However, one thing I'm not too happy about that I can't really change. Tile entities, banners are tile entities, and all tile entities go out of render, or unrender themselves, I guess you could say, if you go over 64 blocks away from them. So at certain areas of the map you can't see, well, bear in mind that you would be lower and you'd be able to see a little bit more, I guess. But bear in mind that about half of the map you won't be able to see the banners, but I suppose that's not too big of a deal because I do want to have a lot of stuff going on in the middle here. I'm not too sure how that's going to work yet, but that's not for today. Anyway, so I have this sort of thing going on. I decided at the front of each castle I want to have a sort of emblem. So we have these two emblems over here, the blue and the red. They're very simple, very similar, just a B and an R with blue and red. I'm sure you could figure that out. So originally I was thinking, originally I decided before I'm actually going to build the whole thing or do it with MC Edit or whatever, I decided to try and lay out a sort of style or whatever for the thing. And I ended up changing a few things when I actually made this. But this was the style that I was going to go with for the blue team. And I thought maybe I would do sort of an infernal-ish, hellish type thing, netherish type thing for the red team. So like blue is, you know, it's sort of the good and evil type thing. So there's blue and red, heaven and hell, I don't know, overworld and nether type feel. I don't need to take you through that. So for this one, at first it was just a plain stone brick wall, and I was actually trying to refrain from using stone bricks, but I don't know, I feel like stone bricks is the best block for a castle still in the game. I was going to use, there's a bunch of blocks that I was going to use for this that I kind of ended up disqualifying, like polished andesite. This is raw andesite, by the way, but polished andesite instead of most of the stone bricks I was going to try. I was gonna try involve some granite in this, but that ended up just being horrid, so I decided against it. I also changed the snow over here to blue over there. Once I decided I was gonna use this design for both teams, I think, again, this is all just stuff that may very well change. And I want to have some pathways on top of the castle wall, so this is like the top of the wall of the castle. This is just some random rubble, like I said. And on the bottom we have a solid 1 block high layer of mossy stone brick. So you might be able to tell that is the same over here. And to randomize this stuff, I didn't actually place this block by block, the randomization stuff. I, of course, wrote a little MC-edit filter, very simple, random, or pseudo-random, I should say. Anyway, yeah, as best a random as a computer can get, pretty much. And it placed, and basically it replaces stone bricks. I think, I don't quite remember it, I actually did that when I was very tired. I think there's a 3 in 10 chance that stone brick will be converted to cracked stone brick, and a 1 in 10 that it'll be raw andesite, and then the rest, like 6 in 10, that it would be normal stone bricks. And then on top here we have a layer of half slabs. I'm not sure how I feel about the fact that players could just accidentally like walk off in that. Granted, there's no fall damage because of this thing that's constantly running. But I don't know. This little thing here could be used as sort of a cover, I guess. And these over here are just for decoration. This, I think, is going to be the spawn platform. I might add, also, like, randomly add spawn platforms on this side. I'm not sure yet. I don't know, and these pillars are just the centers. They're going to be going away pretty soon. Now, with the underneath here, this is, of course, all hollow, or, well, not really... Of course, but it's all hollow, and I don't think I want to really do anything with this. I think I might either just have some command blocks in here, or I might just fill it in. So basically filling it in would be the same as having all the air blocks, except I think, like, I'm pretty sure with air blocks, Minecraft has a bunch of checks that it doesn't otherwise do if it's non-air blocks, or solid blocks anyway. So just filling that in should reduce the lag by a slight bit, which is always good if you can do that without too much hassle. The spawn platform, still a lot of work to be done. It's just a very generic and general layout right now. And I'm thinking of maybe adding another tower going up top here. On the back here, I'm going to have some barrier blocks. I do want, on the main part of the map, I do want players to be able to, like, fall off or be able to be pushed off or whatever. But on the back here, like, I don't want players to fall off of their own castle. That's just stupid. Well, I guess they should be punished for being that stupid, but that's not something I want to do anyway. So we're going to have barrier blocks going around the back side of this here. These two side castles, I don't really know what I want to do with them, and I might change them from perfect circles and maybe make them non-symmetrical. Maybe just make some towers just for decoration. Maybe make one taller than the other. I don't really know. But there's probably gonna be another one of these like castle wall type things over here, probably smaller than this one, or thinner anyway. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Just here is just a pretty big wall where I was kind of testing the filter just to see if I kind of liked the frequencies of the different block types. Yeah, nothing too special. I don't quite remember what I showed. I don't think I showed any of this. So this is the team cores. I don't think I showed this. This is something I am considering for the Icicles. What do I have it set up as right now? So I have it like that. So what I'm thinking of doing is having the falling sand shoot out in all 4 directions from the player casting it, and the falling sand has very high levels of hurt, so it's basically going to kill anything in its path. I think I mentioned this before. I might consider, instead of doing it in 4 directions, I might consider just doing it in the direction, or in the 90-degree area that the player is facing in. I don't know yet. Maybe we'll have some more precision on that even. Maybe 8 directions, maybe 16. I don't know. But that's what I'm thinking right now. And the idea is, the reason I have an item writing it is because I don't want the block to actually place in the world. So I was either going to have this writing an item, or, well, another entity, or another entity writing this. I'm not quite sure. An item seems like a good idea, although I can't make it invisible, I don't think. I don't know, I still have to play a little bit with this. I might use slimes instead, like slimes writing the falling sand. The idea is basically I just want to have an entity to execute at, so it will like get rid of the block. Maybe, actually, give me a sec here. So I'm gonna make a slime with size 0, writing on the falling sand. Before I tried making the falling sand writing the slime. Now the thing is, I would have to have the slime with no AI, but if an entity has no AI, then motion tags, which is what I'm using here to move the falling sand, motion tags don't actually work on it. Like, they don't move it because the entity isn't getting processed almost at all. So I don't know what'll happen if I have the no AI tag on the entity writing. Oh. Okay, so it does seem to move with it. Huh, it's a little bit of inconsistency there. I don't like that too much. I wonder if it was because I was... It's kind of weird. Why is this guy... Let me just execute... So he is above. Let's try that again and make sure it's consistent. Okay. Oh. No glass? Oh, I guess I might have not have been close enough to this guy. So I guess I could execute one block beneath him. Or something. Yeah. Okay. That seems doable. So I'll mess around with this yet between episodes and get something going here. And after that, we will be finished with all of the weapons. Very, very cool. I'm looking forward to that. Probably going to bring on some people to help me with the building and that, which is kind of what I have to do right now. Both on the map and on the lobby. I want to spruce it up a bit, like I said, I think. I marked out the center here. This is the very center. Like, in between these blocks is the very center. And this is the red side. This is the blue side. Just in case I forget. You know, pretty easy to forget here. But nevertheless, I marked it. Oh yeah, one more thing I want to mention. Since the banners disappear after a little bit of distance, like, I wanted the emblem to really emphasize the color of the castle, and I wanted it at a viewable eye level type thing, because if I'm going to have trees in the middle like I'm currently thinking of, then that's probably going to be able to be visible between the tree trunks, whereas some blue stuff will be hidden by the canopies, possibly. Anyway, point is, you'll be able to see very definitively that that's the blue base, because that little block over there is the only, like, real blue thing that you can see from this kind of distance, and it's not enough. I've also been working on here a little bit, just a little bit, on the team cores. I'm not too... Is the clock activated? Yes, it is. I'm not too happy with what it is right now. I did add ice here because I feel like that's kind of appropriate for them to, like, for like some sort of electrical mechanical thing to be cooled down or whatever, and then when it explodes, it blows off the ice. So let me get myself a sword here. So there we go. Blows off the ice, and then just have a bunch of command blocks here that spawn the ice back in. I don't know. I like this right now, but I need to work on the design. Obviously, again, I'm using this gray stained glass over here just for a marker as a temporary block. I'm gonna change this to some other blocks. I'm not sure what yet, and I want to somehow have it connected to over here. And I'm not sure what I have leading up to it, because I don't want players to just be able to be like, oh, okay, well, team core, la 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 la, boom, explode, done. I'm not sure if that was the best explanation, but I want some sort of, like, I don't know, some sort of course that you have to defeat with maybe, like, I was thinking, like, spiders spawning, maybe invisible mobs of some sort, I don't know, something of challenge that you'll have to defeat before you can actually get to the team cores. But I do want the defending side to be able to reach the team cores pretty easy, so I might, I don't know, like, add a little teleporter, maybe even if you walk to the very edge here and look in this direction or something like that, maybe you'll be able to get teleported to, like, right here or something and look in this and, like, I'll make you look in this direction so you can hit the player or whatever. I don't know. just sort of an easy way to defend this, because it shouldn't be all that easy to destroy these things. Anyway, I think that's gonna do for today. I have a lot of plans. I'm not too much of a skilled or talented builder, and yeah, I want to get. Do the cracked stone bricks just render as normal stone bricks from a distance? I don't think so, but maybe the map mapping makes it look a little bit more like that. Anyway, yeah, so I will see you guys next time, hopefully, with some more updates. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.